Welcome to LifePoint Online, where we share our lives with you. This year we have been loving getting into God's presence and just worshipping Him every second Wednesday of the month. And this week we've done a podcast which is featuring Aiden and Bella, and of course hosted by Caleb, and it's all about worship. So this video is now a snapshot of that podcast. Enjoy.
Hi and welcome to the LifePoint podcast. I'm your host Caleb, and this week I've got some special guests with me. We'll start off with how we normally start off, which is how God's been blessing us recently.
For me, for the past few months, and I think I've bored people saying this over and over again, so I'll bore people on the podcast. Just having like a realization. And again, I love revelation because it's always simple, isn't it? And people go, well, yeah, obviously, but to you it's quite powerful. But just the realization and revelation that walking through life, going to your job, doing your everyday, isn't it? And that God's really shown me that when you flip that on its head and you realize that the church, the kingdom, serving, loving, all these aspects that come with knowing God, that's what it's about. And that your everyday, you're going to work, that type of thing, you're shopping, is just the other bit you do, and I've found that that's been quite poignant and powerful for me.
I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of like insight into maybe what your guys' like vision of worship is.
So ultimately, I think our vision is to take the congregation with us deeper into the presence of God. So on a Sunday or on a Worship Wednesday evening, we just want to create an atmosphere of worship where we just follow where the Spirit is inviting us to go, and by doing so, allowing each individual that's in the room to experience God's presence personally for themselves more and more and more, because it's endless. So I think that's ultimately what we want to do.
Actually, the worship nights have been my favorite thing that we've done as a church, probably for a while. I think because we had so many restrictions and rules set out for us over the past couple of years, and so many things we can and can't do, and it just takes away so much freedom. So the fact that we've made a point to put aside an evening a month where everyone comes together and it's just complete spontaneity, it just leaves room for that freedom to come back. It's just really exciting to just the freedom feelings. We haven't had that since probably 2019, 2020. So I think it's healthy too for us as we grow in our worship and how we worship, and I'm just really excited for where it'll take us.
Favorite worship song, and whatever it is, why is it a favorite of yours?
Have you got one, Caleb?
I do, yeah. In terms of like music, I've always been like a folk music kind of lover. So Rain Collective has always very much been one of my favorite bands. But they have a song, "I Will Be Undignified," which I just like. I love that song because it specifically it starts with "I'm dancing as David danced," in the thrill of a wild romance, and it's just about kind of giving your all, and it's something with worship that I've always had a heart of, just it's between you and God. It doesn't matter what you're just doing whatever you can for God in that. And it's like what we were saying about dancing. It's it doesn't matter if it's good dancing. It's just that expression of just love for God.